family Faraday.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna go ahead
likely
and
the
spool down
genus
hydraulics.
Thanks.
Aspidoscopula. Aspidoscopula. And I'm going to have to agree, it does look pretty similar to the one in the guide.
Could you do me a favor, now that we're getting a little steeper, could you point the
A very unique
mini
morphology
Zeus
there.
up the hill here? Grab that view that's pointing down at my toes and point it up to so I can see where what's coming.
Tell me when.
Yeah, until you can see the light bars, essentially.
Copy.
Yeah, like that. It's good.
Okay.
Basically. Thanks a lot.
I'll give it back to.
Roger. All right. The hurry has slowed a little, so you can request zooms again, and we'll get
Okay,
them.
well, the next biology, you see.
F
Which-
flat.
Which is this? This is another. Thanks. Which is another stock here. Probably the one we've sampled and seen. 2, 3,
Could we-
3 of them. Do you want that?
Can we just zoom quickly, please?
Yep. Yeah.
On any?
Come on in, video.
Let's see. I see.
Yeah, so again, the two polyped pnoid,
Okay,
Yep.
holding partial.
likely Candidella,
Sorry.
No,
Video.
it's not
similar
totally.
get
to what
it.
we have collected. Thank you, pilots.
Is that it? All right.
She just wants to catch a view of it.
Yep,
I've seen a
sounds
bunch of
good.
those. Just making sure we can characterize what's here.
Pilots
Enough
now.
for an ID?
Go ahead, Nav.
So we should be stationary. Well, the ship's stationary right now. Do we want to, now that you're stretched out, should we issue another move?
Well, let's make sure we're actually lined up with the wall. It looks like it's off to our port side a little from his view angle. So on the
Yeah.
sidle port, and have him turn and face.
Coming left.
Yep. And just line all this up on your sonar out in the middle of your, figure out what that bearing is so we can head that direction.
Sounds good.
And we'll do, now it's kind of steep, it looks like, so we'll do a little bit shorter hops, if that's okay.
Copy.
Keep it to tether length or less, so 20 meters to 30 meters. Just to start, just to characterize.
Oh, look at that. So we finally found things that might actually be intact and complete.
So I'd say the local high is
And it looks like there's a little shrimp as well.
right around 180.
We should start to see a little bit more biology
Pretty
now
much
that we're
current
getting
heading
these,
for Sirius.
these quite large.
Isn't that
Hello.
fantastic? Love it.
You agree,
outcropping
co-pilot?
things.
I might say a little bit closer to 170.
These are beautiful pillows. I agree,
as Sirius
Patty.
comes over.
Not that I haven't enjoyed the rest of our geology so far on these dives, but there's a special place in my heart for a nice pillow mound. This is fantastic.
Okay.
And we can also see a
Yeah, I'd say you're a little bit on the other side of it now. but
Brazingid, perhaps
That's pretty
from
close.
Brazingida, the
Okay.
genus.
Yeah. Well, I'm comfortable with the
Oh,
180.
two of them, as
Okay.
well as perhaps
Yeah.
Maybe we'll split the difference and do
coral off on the
175.
right.
All right.
And let's hold off on the on calling that in just a second.
Copy.
Make sure they don't want any of this stuff, because we'll sort of xylophone along on this so that
Can
we
we
don't.
zoom in on the coral, please?
Yep. Co-pilot, would you mind just given it's a little more steep, bringing my upper swing arms in? Just stow them. The coral?
Yes, please.
Yep. Should have done it from the other angle, but I'll just come around this side.
Start with starboard.
Roger.
Look at that. In the lower left-hand side, you can really actually see some complete pillows. It's quite fantastic.
You want me to completely stow it? Okay.
Yeah. Make sure you point it back before you do so you don't blind us. If you don't mind.
Much like me, the biology appears to prefer these as well.
So all the way up first and then stow.
Upper swing arm.
Come on in, video.
For the starboard to be all the way left first and then stow, right?
You're doing the uppers, so it's
uppers.
go all the way up first
Gotcha.
and then stow so you don't blind us, that's all.
So this might be different to the coral
I only
we've
see
been
one
seeing
polyp,
before.
yeah.
To look at this coral, I don't think it's the same
No,
one
I
that
don't
you've
think
been
so
imaging
either,
before.
It
Chris.
doesn't look like it has a polyp on either
Can
side.
we zoom a little bit more?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely different to what we've been seeing before.
Oh, that's really interesting. That looks totally different.
It's the same thing. We're looking at the back side, I think.
There's only one polyp. There's not a pair.
Is it only one?
Yeah, it's just one.
Except these have only one polyp in places, but I'm pretty sure it's a primnoid, though.
So upper swing arm down, then
But likely
Stow.
not
Up and then
Candidella
stow.
again, though,
Okay, video.
Chris.
Can you come out a little for me?
Yep.
Santiago and
Well,
both
this-
Scott are
Alright, I'll back
saying
up for you. You got
Radicipes.
hydraulics going up?
Yes.
People are talking about
back up a
Chrysogorgia
little.
right now, the Radicipes.
Yep,
Oh,
all the way
right.
up. There you go, and then stow.
So I may become way off on this.
That's lower. That's lower. Upper. Stow, upper, swing arm.
upper swing arm.
That's, oh yeah, sorry. You got it. Thought I saw the lower moving. Watch Lita, I'm just adjusting my swing arms so they don't bump anything while I'm looking. It'll be just a
Oh, sure,
brief
take your
moment.
time,
Yeah,
don't
it'll be
worry.
just a brief moment.
Upper swing arm.
I think you picked
Up.
a fantastic place to stare at, so you know,
Yeah.
we can stay here pretty much the whole
Upper
time.
swing arm. Stow. Bringing the port side in.
Great, thanks.
Keeping an eye on it. Shouldn't hit the wall.
No, it won't.
Okay.
Good distance away.
It's the slow one.
Yep. Great. Almost there.
Yep.
That's good. Okay, I'll get back in here now. Is there did you guys pretty much get a good look at that?
We
Anything
did,
else?
thank
Okay.
you. Well, I mean, if we can zoom again very quickly to the whip as well.
To the
coral again, please.
the same coral.
Sorry,
okay.
just because our coral taxonomist shoreside is still perplexed.
They're not sure what it is. Okay. All right, video. You can come in.
Ready. Zooming.
Thanks. So, unfortunately, there isn't a place to hold to get a really good toe hold. So do it flying here. Yeah, I'll get it. I'll get it.
Okay, that's great. One of the other scientists says they see another coral. I haven't actually
Yeah,
noticed
on the
another
bottom
coral.
right.
Yeah, then can we take a look at that as well, please?
Yep, of course. Sorry, I'm backing away.
You're fine.
Yes, I see what you mean.
This one's a
This
little
little
different.
guy down here.
Yep, I can get
Alright.
to this guy pretty easily.
That's nice.
So Scott France is saying that the length of the tentacles and the orientation of the polyps on that last one we were looking at suggests that it is a chrysogorgid, not a primnoid, and so we're going to stick with the ID of Radicipes. So let's see what this other one is.
I'm just gonna get a toe here, hopefully.
So this is going to be the same one as the other one, so it would be worthwhile taking one more look at it from a slightly different perspective since the pops are facing to the tortoise
Okay,
this
video,
way.
you can start
Sure,
coming in.
we're going to do that, Chris.
Roger.
It is blowing around a little bit in this current.
Just gonna say, it appears to be a little bit
So
of a
this one's
current up here.
definitely got 2 polyps on each whirl.
Yep, 2 polyps. Long tentacles. Might breeze in and out of view, just keep this zoom.
Okay, that was great, pilots. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll get you establishing if you'd like. Oh, okay.
Alright.
Happy with that.
So that second one was likely different from the other one on the rock. The first one being a chrysogorgid, possibly Radicepes, and the second one being Primnoid, likely Candidella. Just like the one we collected previously, it had 2 polyps on each whorl, whereas the first one we looked at on this rock had 1 polyp in some places. Thank you, Coral
And
Taxonomist.
the image from Sirius looks to me like what we call out here in Hawaii is a hornito, or a localized eruptive extrusion. The thing is not, part of a float covered with pillow lavas, but rather fairly locally confined eruptive feature to me.
So, Patty, I'd be inclined to agree with you, except that it looks like, normally with a hornito, don't you see it sloping down on all sides? So you see the flow directions coming out on all sides. On this one, it looks like the flow direction's only on one side.
Yeah, I agree with you in that interpretation. It looks like what we're looking at right now, you see on the left side, there's so many more rounded buds almost of pillows, and I'm guessing maybe that was where the eruptive center for this feature was.
Mm-hmm. So this is just fantastic.
Glad to hear it.
Yeah, I'm wondering if this might be a much younger eruptive center on the edifice.
Is that a rock on the top left of this mound? On the right side of the screen?
But that's
or
a
is
question.
that
I don't know what that
biology
is.
sticking off of it?
The little nose sticking
Yeah, the
off?
little
That's,
knobbly bit.
from here, at least from my
It
view,
looks like a rock.
But
Yeah,
I can,
agree with you, to be
I can
honest.
get closer if you'd like.
That's what's actually amazing
No,
about
yeah,
looking.
it totally is a rock.
Yeah.
Looking at these, you can kind of see where the structure is. You can see where the pillows, erupted and then slowly stopped. You see the nose of the pillow, and often they're just sticking out of the rock.
You guys can do 25 or 30 meter jump if you want.
Are you ready to call in a move?
Yep.
I'm comfortable, yeah.
Okay, so 30 meters, 175 degrees, 0.2 knots.
Yep.
All right. Bridge, Nav.
Go ahead, Nav.
Bridge, could I have a 20 meter move, bearing 175 degrees, speed 0.2 knots.
Ship move, range 20 meters, bearing 175, speed 0.2.
Good copy, Bridge.
So we're just inching along here for the sake of letting Sirius catch up. So if you see anything, this is the time.
So it looks like there's another coral further up the hill, 2 of them right next to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, you got me.
Any interest in this bright white right here in this?
Oh yeah, if we could snap zoom on that just before we...
Yeah, okay. Not sure if it's a
It might
rock
just be another
feature
rock.
or if
Yeah.
it's a creature, but I
They
thought
seem
it
to
might
be
be worth
catching
a look.
us.
All right, but you can start coming in.
So to those of you just joining us, we are at a depth of 3,664 meters on a site known as Enigma Seamount. Ooh, what is that?
What is that? Short size
I'll take my
scientist?
camera
Anybody
real
have
quick,
a
co-pilot.
I
clue?
think everyone's pretty silent.
Co-pilot, could you take my camera?
Zeus?
Yep. fumbling around here on my foothold.
Up or down?
It comes slightly
All right.
wider.
Chris said it was a slug. I said it was a barnacle. We don't know.
Yeah, because it looks like it's got
It looked like
a
it was
hard,
eating something
yeah, it
else.
looks like it's got like a bivalve in it.
Right, it does. It looks like
getting
it looks
blown
like it
off.
ate a bivalve.
encapsulated by
Goo.
goo, basically.
Oh my goodness, this is impossible.
And remember, that's a technical term. Goo.
Yeah.
That is weird looking.
There we go. Oh, I'm getting tugged.
Oh, is it opening?
Yeah.
You're yanking on me. That's, yeah, you gotta tell me if you see that.
Okay.
What's going on?
Current's taking her tether.
I see.
Yep.
I see. I was
She's-
like, I don't know why this
That
foothold's
is
so hard.
weird. Can we zoom a little more?
Do we have any
This
more
is
video?
Full zoom.
Full zoom.
Oh, no,
there
I
it
take
is.
it back.
There is a bivalve. So unfortunately, this particular creature is right at the end of my
it's moving.
leash.
Do you guys think it's moving?
Yeah, we think it's moving as well.
Slowly.
It definitely looks like it has a shell inside of it.
Yeah.
Well, so for the second time on this dive, we've been totally stumped by what we were looking at. The first time it was the pellets, which we have gotten at least some idea of what we think it is.
Okay, right. So what someone suggested is that it's a limpet with the entire mantle extended, and I 100% think that's what it looks like now. So you can see the so the back side of the shell is down, where it's got the hinge. It's not a hinge, but yeah, no, it's not a hinge.
Okay.
Because it's a limpet, and then it's got the mantle extended all around.
So is it filter
I have
feeding
no
right
idea
now?
what the groove is, or the hole. Right. So okay, everyone's in agreement. It is a gastropod. Definitely not a bivalve. Essentially a single valve.
Nav, bridge move complete.
And it's got its
Thank you,
mantle
Bridge.
extended and feeding. Very interesting. Very interesting.
Great. Thanks.
Thank you very much, pilots.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Coming away.
Wait, do you want your Zeus back?
Yes, please. Thanks.
So Les Watling has now said it's an archaeogastropod, which is even further along than a limpet, and it basically, that slit that we could see going down it at the front was to allow
What do you? Oh,
an
you're on
X-current.
160.
Yes.
All right, can you line up on 175?
Well, the other thing I wanted to mention is that just below
I'm
the
gonna use
the
your camera view
screen,
to stay on track.
sort of on the
If
right-hand
you shift
side,
without
I
letting me
think
know,
that may be the vent
then I don't know that you.
Okay.
for part
I
of
won't
this
know.
feature, because there's
Pilot
a
snap.
But I'm on track.
depression just below what
Yeah.
we're looking
So that
at,
move, the ship
where
move
that,
is complete, and we just
creature
passed
was.
the 30-minute warning.
30-minute warning.
Thanks, Patty. So that's
Okay,
you
how
think
far
that
do
was
we
the
have? Are we
eruptive
gonna make
vent
it to the
for this
no,
local
we've
high?
got about 400 something meters to
Okay.
go.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
So we'll let that. We'll be safe and let that settle out.
Copy.
Yeah. Might be able to get one more in before we take off, depending on what we see and stop and look at. Watch lead nav just informed me we have a half hour left.
Great, thank you. Just keep going as far as we can,
Yep. Yeah, we'll go as quickly and safely as.
unless we see something really interesting.
Yep.
So pillow basalts are formed as basaltic magma basically extrudes from an eruptive fissure or from an eruptive vent, and it's a very characteristic shape for a submarine eruption. They come out very slowly. They sort of form these elongate or rounded pillows. In many instances, they cool very quickly all around the outside, and then they slowly cool towards the middle, and that's what forms that characteristic circular crack shape. In lots of instances, they then sort of bust out of their pillow and continue another
Are you
eruptive
moving
feature.
up at all?
And we
Down?
see a lot at mid-ocean ridges, certainly,
Just
these
see it for a
layers
second.
upon
Let's get you a
layers
couple
upon
sonar
layers of
scans,
pillows.
See if you're getting closer.
Okay.
Just for a quick second.
I believe you can also see these right off Hawaii, actually, whenever there's a active eruption there.
Could probably reach us forward a little more if you want. Give us another 25 meters.
Copy that.
Looks like from the sonar scans that.
Same heading, 175.
Yeah. Yep.
Copy.
You see stuff behind the first return and doesn't seem to be approaching us, so let's keep things moving along. Thanks.
Copy. Bridge, nav.
So again, it looks like there are two corals just moving out of view as we're moving up this geological
Bridge,
feature.
nav.
Go ahead, Nav.
Bridge, can I have a 20 meter move? Bearing 175 degrees. Speed 0.2 knots.
20 meters, bearing 175, speed 0.2.
Good copy, Bridge.
Nav, bridge, move initiated.
Thank you, Bridge.
Okay, so going back to our sort of site overview, currently we're at 3,658 meters depth on Enigma Seamount, which is a seamount south of Guam. For this dive, we have had, I think, 4 hours bottom time, and no, a little bit more. And our plan has been to move upslope and collect some rocks to try and help us basically determine whether this seamount is younger than the seafloor on which it sits on. And as always, we've been doing exploration, seeing many fantastic and new things. We have about 20 minutes left in this dive. And so we're just going to try and cover a bit more ground.
We're finally in an area where now it seems like most of these rocks are intact. There's a lot less fracture, although there's one right in front of us right now. But it's great because you can really see the structures that make up these large mounds. Oh, they're so pretty.
Yeah, you can, I mean, yeah.
So pretty.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Is you're
I was
looking.
hoping that perhaps some of the stereo imagery of this particular feature could be preserved for, for interpretive, helping us to interpret what the structure might be relative to the rest of the flank of the seamount.
I do believe that the Sirius data also is captured in high-resolution clips, but I'll pass that on to our video engineers so that they know that especially this part of the dive is something that you're really interested in keeping a hold of. So I'll let them know that.
So, pilot, can we possibly zoom on that coral in front of us, please?
The one towards the back of the rock there?
Yes,
Coming in the center now?
please.
Of course. Copilot, let me know when you start to catch up. Video, you can go from here.
Great.
You can take my camera if you'd like, Copilot. They ask for up and down at all.
Have your camera.
So is that 2 polyps per whirl or 1?
1.
Okay, coral biologist on board.
Sorry.
How do you feel?
1.
Is this what you want? Or, yeah, this is definitely 1 polyp per whirl.
Just
Okay, silence. So this is, we think is a Christ's Gorget, so I guess we can keep... Is this the one you wanted, or
Nav, bridge,
not?
move complete.
Thank you, Bridge.
Yeah.
Happy?
Yes,
Yes.
thank you.
You're welcome.
They want to collect it.
They do?
There's
Scott
a
does.
tiny white shrimp.
Camera's
on
yours.
there.
Okay, so
But we may
pilots,
be
do
out
we
of
think
time.
we can collect a bit of this, please?
Can we stop the ship?
It's stopped right now.
It is stopped. Great. Okay. Yeah, we did get a good shot of it, so that's done. I can reach out and grab it if you want it. Decide quick,
Okay,
though.
yeah. So if we can collect about half of that, can we A, put on the lasers, see how big it is, B, get some great imagery, and then C, probably collect about half of it.
Okay.
Lasers are on.
Lasers are on. I'll shoot it at the rock nearby here.
So
So you get an idea
the
of
shore-based scientists are
scale.
saying that they're not really sure whether this is a chrysogorgid
Yes?
or a corallidae.
No?
No? That's not
Promnoid.
right?
Chrysogorgid or promnoid?
No, that's not what it says. Oh, wait, I'm looking the wrong one. That's
Yeah.
why. Okay, or promnoid. And so that's enough. That's the reason to collect this, is to find out exactly where it
Pilot,
what it
the
is.
ship
Those are two
just
different
stopped.
families. So families
So
of coral.
should I
so the
put in
fact
a
that
small
they
reverse
can't even
move?
distinguish that says that
Yeah,
this
this
is
would be
a
the last
very
thing we do. So
interesting
why don't we
specimen.
just very small? Yeah, I think we'll settle nicely.
Yeah, it looks like
I've been
you're-
pretty well stretched out this
Okay.
whole time. So
Trying to work
So
on my biology.
Just 5
Yeah, that's
meters,
pretty
10
good.
meters.
what? Say again?
Just 5 meters, 10 meters.
Yeah, 5 or 10 is fine. Do 10.
10 meters.
Yeah, just for the sake of being cautious. Okay. Come on in, video.
Hydraulics are spun up.
Thank you.
Bridge, Nav.
Go ahead, Nav.
Bridge, could I have a 10 meter move? 10 meters. Bearing 355 degrees. Speed 0.2 knots.
Understood. 10 meters, bearing 355, speed 0.2.
Get it a little-
Say again,
Bridge,
video, a
could you
little louder.
tilt
delay my
down
last
just another
should be
down,
bearing
just a touch?
360
small bit, yeah,
degrees.
perfect. Thank
How's
you.
that?
10 meters, bearing 360, speed 0.2.
Good copy, Bridge.
Is this good for imagery on it? Watch lead.
Beautiful, thank you.
All right, good. So
That is beautiful imagery.
as long as you need video, and then we can go
There
ahead
was
and
just
grab
some
it.
debate as to whether this had 2 polyps per
Alright.
whirl or 1, and this
You
is
were
100%
Nav,
cleared
bridge,
up.
ship's moving.
Thank you,
So
Bridge.
this is fantastic. Do we know how big it was? Sorry.
I saw 15 centimeters.
Right.
About.
So if we could please collect about half of it, that would be great.
Yep, of course. Yeah, the lasers.
Even a
you
little less if need be. But yeah.
Okay. The lasers you see there are actually in the background, so that makes it look a little bigger. But yeah,
Would you like full wide or partial?
partial is good. Thanks. Right there. Yep, that's good. And
Pilot, are you thinking port outer or starboard?
what do we have 1 or 2 biology samples?
One.
One.
Just the one you
And
got.
It's in the port side, so
Port.
we'll put it in the in the starboard side.
Copy.
Oh, look at that guy.
Yeah.
We just saw
Oh,
some
was
kind
that
of
a pteropod
octopus.
or
yeah.
an octopod? Octopod!
Octopod,
Where?
yeah. It's a Dumbo octopus, maybe.
Oh my god, it just swam by.
Oh, amazing.
Went
It was
by on the
serious.
Sirius view.
Yay.
Okay. Spun up hydraulics, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, look. See.
Oh, that's cool.
Make sure my footing stays.
There are some benefits to sitting next to the video engineer that's clipping out the data. We get to have a nice view of the octopod going by again. That's awesome.
Just keep a good eye for me on that right toe. As the arm moves around, make sure if I start coming loose, just let me know.
Copy.
So I'm not sure if we've mentioned it before, but we have a really talented team on board. There's an excellent ROV team, as all of you have already seen, in terms of how
Nice and
great
slow,
they
so
are
it's
at
not
getting us where we need to be
jostle.
and sampling
Nav, bridge. Looks like the
quickly
move's about
and
complete.
efficiently. And we also have a fantastic video
Thank you,
team
Bridge.
who are making sure that these zooms, especially on the biology, are just fantastic. And then they end up clipping them out later, making still photographs, making videos. It's really just an amazing operation on this ship. Oh, as well as the crew, of course, who are also fantastic. Our steward and the cook are great. The bosun's fantastic on the ship. The whole deck team. Really, we couldn't ask for more.
Does that look like about half? Bottom of the jaws?
Perfect, thank you.
Yep. up a little here. A little bit lower with the jaws. It seems to be slanting out. There we go. Be careful of the wall with the arm. Caught in a weird spot of the jaw. There we go. Clip.
Beautiful.
Which would starboard?
Can you come full wide, please? Thank
Full
you.
wide?
Could we get a close-up zoom while it's in the arm?
Of course
Did you hear that,
can.
pilot? Yeah.
Yep. Let me tilt up here. Get in the dark. Okay, video, come on in.
And do we know where this is going, pilot?
In the starboard, probably inner. The polyps are all closed up now. I'll try to keep the arm totally still here, so it's just the breeze blowing it around a little bit. Okay. Great.
It's just so tiny. All right, full
Okay.
wide.
So keep a close eye and don't let the rock box hit the face there. If it looks like it's going to, then we'll pick up for the stowing.
Opening drawer.
Yep. Thank you, sir.
So by the time we stow this sample, we'll probably just have a couple more minutes to fiddle around, maybe see a little bit more of the seafloor, and then it's time to head back to the surface. So scientists on shore, once the ROV lifts off the seafloor, we will take a 10-minute break and then resume for our post-dive call.
Will the ROV be moving up the slope a little bit? It looks like there are further pillows just upslope, slightly to the left of the azimuth the ROV is pointed in right now.
We can do our best. Not sure how much time there will be left once they've stowed everything. But we'll ask them once they're finished.
No problem.
Closing her out.
Great work, pilot.
Thank you. Just realized force feedback is not on. Drop the target, yeah? Sweet. Thanks.
Turn off hydraulics.
Thank you.
So that is 5 specimens for this dive. 2 biology, likely both primnoid corals, maybe.
How long do we have left?
And also 3
13 minutes.
rocks of various descriptions.
Okay.
A good
Why don't
haul,
you give
all
us
in all.
20-meter bump or a 15-meter bump, just so I can wander up the hill here a little bit, because they want to see up ahead some.
Copy.
And then just let us know when we gotta come off.
20 meters, 175 degrees, 0.2 knots.
Heads up, pilot. I am at 160.
160I.
I turned left to see.
Bridge, nav.
Roger that. That'll give us room to play while he gets that going.
Copy that. I'll come right with you.
Thanks.
Bridge. Nav.
Go ahead, Nav.
Bridge, could I have a 20 meter move? Bearing 175 degrees. Speed 0.2 knots.
So is this what they wanted to...
20 meter move, bearing 175, speed
Dev,
0.2.
the
Go copy, Bridge.
I believe so. Oh, yeah, you can see. Yeah. Yeah. So it's a little pillow
Understood.
ridge. Yeah.
Very pretty.
So pillows are typically fairly fine-grained. It's interesting, sometimes when you bring them back up on board, you can see a lot of vesicles. Some have very few, some have lots, and it's traces of basically where gas was escaping as these were solidifying. Some of our basalts on the seafloor also have little porphyrites. They have little mineralizations. We'll have to take a look at these guys when we get them on board and do some visual inspections.
Whenever I see anything blinding white, I just have to take a look, so... Sorry. Yeah, why don't you come in partial real quick? Just want to see what this is.
Zooming partial.
Is that a shell? A bivalve shell or something? Or?
Looks a little like tinfoil.
Oh, is it? Well, that's
Oh,
less
maybe
fun.
not.
Okay. Thanks, video.
Sure thing.
And that's about the end of my tether.
Yeah, just about to tell you that.
There's this nice big nose. Hopefully the ship and stuff catches up. It's another big outcrop right there, but it's just out of reach until the ship catches up.
Oh, yeah.
I'm stretched out to my tether
That's
length
okay.
at
We can
this
just
point.
admire the view from here.
But there's some rubble, and I don't see much in the way of biology. Once I get a little leash, I can pop over and take a closer look at that outcropping.
And for the scientists that are on the line, in addition to the information that Diva just mentioned about doing our science call about 10 minutes after we leave the bottom, I just sent out a revised dive plan and a little bit of information from Bob Stern for context on these next set of dives that we're going to be doing. So please check your email. I know I'm a little biased, but I happen to like looking at this a little bit more than the scree slopes we were driving up earlier. Okay, I'm very biased.
I don't think you're too biased. I think we'll all agree.
Pretty awesome, huh?
Yeah.
Me too.
Patty agrees too. I'm sure Bob would as well.
Sounds like 4 makes a consensus.
Yeah, just put something in the chat.
Nav bridge moving complete.
There's no sediment on these things at all.
Thank you, Bridge.
Really
We'll let that one settle
suggest
out
that
and then
they're, relatively, whatever that means,
Yep.
young. But we saw so much sediment
Continue on.
on the
Let's see what we got
slopes,
for turns.
that, boy, I'm pretty sure we're looking at something that's a lot younger than the age of the Jurassic crust that is being conducted on the Pacific Plate.
That's an excellent point, Patty. You're absolutely right, because as everybody can tell, really there's very little sedimentation here, as opposed to earlier in the dive when we were sort of wandering up that valley. That being said, I think we all know that simply looking at a rock and saying, well, it's got a lot of sediment or it doesn't have a lot of sediment is not always the most appropriate way to age date, but it comes in very handy when you're kind of doing a quick and dirty look at the seafloor before you have a chance to actually analyze the rocks that you've collected. But I would totally agree with you. Look at that pillow on the left. It looks like it has just an open, it looks like it's mostly complete, and then it's got a little open hole in it.
Where is that? Are you talking about?
I could be wrong. It may just be a shadow.
Oh, to the left there?
Yeah, to the left.
That's a lava tube.
Oh, that'd be cool to see a lava tube.
Hopefully I'm not mistaken.
Get some light on the subject here.
It doesn't look like it goes
Looks like
very
it maybe
far.
just broke off. Doesn't seem to go very far, but it's your call. You can take a partial
Whoa.
if you want video.
That was really bright.
Yes. Just trying to brighten up the abyss.
Oops.
Yeah, so that might have been an
Shallow.
area where there was sort of a second wave of eruptive activity that went through that pillow.
Crazy looking.
It's interesting.
Like
If
a
you
little.
look at the bottom of the hole,
Oops. I went to the top of the hole.
it looks like the very liquid lava is just draping the opening right there.
Yep.
See, just at the bottom of the hole there. It's all smooth.
This is fantastic.
Sirius is swinging.
Yeah, I'm tugging a little bit to get here.
Yeah.
Just trying to make the last few minutes interesting.
Yeah.
We're going
And
to
we
stretch
appreciate
out
that.
soon.
Well,
The other thing you see there is right below the hole, you see all those little tiny, what look like drip tassel features.
Yep.
Very
I'll go back in.
small
Oops.
collections of drips of
flying
lava,
away.
perhaps.
It was sort of as it was
Go ahead,
petering
back
out.
in. Where is that?
Just below that.
Oh,
So zoom
below.
out a little bit. And
Oh,
then see
there
below
where it's
that, yeah, it
collecting,
looks sort of
yeah.
like bumpy.
So that's where it was oozing to? Oh my goodness, that's so cool.
wow.
You can just imagine the lava dripping out and color there right in front of that hole.
And this, kids, is why seafloor geology is awesome.
It's good to give geology a little love once in a while. Gets forgotten about sometimes.
Does it really,
Which is
Patty?
just
Does it look
wrong.
like Kilauea?
Kilauea.
We've got a lot of people
Alright,
from
come
Hawaii on the
light,
line.
please.
Drips of lava.
Video,
Yeah,
could you
can
come
see
wide,
drips
please?
of lava coming
Thanks,
out of
sorry.
things like this
No,
down
full
by
wide.
the coast
Awesome.
on the,
Alright, how
the
we
big
doing?
island of Hawaii.
We have 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Okay. Alright, co-pilot. Start thinking about stowing those lower swing arms for me and what we need to do to unwind to get to recovery mode.
I need to go to the right.
You need to go to the right.
Yes.
Okay. What do I need to do?
So we've got just about a minute left on the seafloor, I believe. So I want everyone to enjoy this nice moment of zen brought to you by Pillow Basalts.
Hold on.
And I want to thank everybody for a really great dive.
Shrimp, shrimp, shrimp.
The biologist has something to say.
There's a shrimp.
Yeah,
Do you want to
there's
see
like
it?
a pink. I mean, if we could zoom that
Yeah,
bar,
let me get up a little higher. Go ahead in video.
We could
it's
do
probably
one
going to be the same one
final.
we've seen loads.
That's
yeah,
okay.
it is.
As long
Is
as
it following you?
Nematococcynus, but without the parasite.
Lucky you,
Their
shrimp. You have no
legs
parasite.
always amaze me. Look how long they are. Thanks, pilot.
You're welcome. It's the least I could do.
Got a bit more.
Oh, I
so
thought he was
that's full.
upside down. You can hold it there. I'll rise up.
Great.
Okay. Thanks. All right. So,
Nice.
lower swing arms are stowed. Oh, not quite yet. Sorry.
I was waiting for the images to be done. Alright, we'll start with starboard here. Lower swing arm. All the way right.
Take one good look at the Sirius view, watch lead. You'll see the nose here. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
you saw before.
Yeah, that Sirius feed is really fantastic for geology. It really helps set the context of the things that we're looking at. And even in these first 4 dives, we've relied upon it a lot. It's just an amazing tool that helps us figure out what we're looking at on the seafloor.
Left stow.
Depends on which side. What are you doing? Port side?
Starboard. So
Starboard? Starboard? So you know, the arm swings right and left. Fully stowed is all the way to the right on the starboard
Yeah.
lower. There we go.
How high
all the
do
way
you think
right
that is?
and then up.
So all the way right.
Oh, there's the 10 centimeter mark. No, I'm just kidding.
I was looking more at D2, actually.
Yeah, looking at D2. I'm pretty far from it. I can ooch in a little closer again, which won't light it up quite as much, but maybe 25, 30 feet
Yeah.
tall. So 10 meters.
So 25 to maybe a 10-meter tall isolated mound.
Okay, I'm gonna stow the starboard here. That was quick. Okay. Port side. All the way left. Looks good. And stow.
Yeah, see this side, it's just darkness forever.
The abyss.
Really is just a little peak. Or a little,
I'm gonna pull the drawer
Nose.
in real quick.
okay.
Drawer.
How far up do we think this extends? Like, as we ascend, are we just going to, keep following it up?
No, I can see the top in my view and in Sirius, I believe.
Okay.
Pick up a little bit.
Copy.
That's a good question, though.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yep,
boink.
right there.
There's the top.
Look at that beautiful structure.
Yeah.
I know. Isn't that amazing? It's just great. My God, I'm so excited.
I might start tugging on you.
Yep. Okay, I think we've reached the end of the leash, and another ship move wouldn't really be very useful for us, I don't think, because we won't feel it for another 8 minutes. We have 30 seconds left. So.
Okay, thank you guys. This has been just a fantastic, fantastic dive.
Yes, thank you, pilot.
And thank you, Shorebase team. You did a wonderful job.
So we'll reconvene at 2:40. Let's say 2:45. So that's 2:45 Fiji
15
time.
minutes from 15 minutes from now.
So 15 minutes from now, exactly,
So-
for our post-dive meeting.
I need to
And
go
again,
left.
please check your email because I
Yeah,
sent a
you'll be okay
revised
where you are.
dive plan
You're basically
around.
at 0, right?
All right, we'll
So
talk
I
to you
need
in
to drive
15.
under
Thank you,
and by
guys.
you.
Bye.
Yeah, so I need to turn right around, turn right, spin around right, and drive under you. Right?
Oh, there we go. High pack. Yes, you go that like that.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly. And I have a negative turn, so I want to turn right to take it out.
Yes.
So I'm going to, you keep your delta at 18. I've got auto depth in. And I'm going to back up towards you here, if you just mind keeping me in view.
Copy.
Your main HD there.
Yep.
And I'll back up here. heading a little bit. Back. And spin right. See you later, wall. Got it unwound nicely.
Cool view of D2.